Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming with the newest palette from Adept Cosmetics. They so kindly sent me the Minka palette. I hope I'm saying that right. So if you guys want to see swatches, an eye look, then just keep watching. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I post about 3 to 4 beauty videos every week, sometimes even more than that. So if that sounds interesting to you, highly recommend subscribing. We're on the road to 12K. I think at the time I'm filming this, I'm like 20 subs away from 12,000. So I'm very excited. We have a lot to celebrate and a lot to get excited for this week. So without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so I have you zoomed out. I'm going to zoom you guys in and I'm going to do eye swatches of all the metallic shadows in this palette. There are 2 matte shades called Toya and Maria, so I'll just do an eye look at the end with those 2 and then pick a metallic shade to put on the lid. But yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you to Adept for sending this my way. This is launching on Saturday and you can use my code KHMAKEUP to save a bit of money on this palette. And I'm just so excited because I've been patiently waiting for this palette to launch. So I did film some close-ups so you could see the packaging and the shadows, but it looks like a very typical Adept palette. So I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into the eye swatches. Pray for me, I'm nervous. I have a bit of makeup on just, you know, for the sake of completion, and I did wear some of the Adept face palettes. I've been playing with these. So my blush, bronzer, and highlighter are all from these. So yeah, I really am enjoying those so far, but let's get into the eye swatches. Okay, you guys, this is as close as you're gonna get. I have this Urban Decay eyeshadow brush. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna go into the shade Minka, which is the first shade in the palette. And this looks like it's a silvery shadow, so I don't have any eyeshadow primer on. Usually I will wear just the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer, but I'm just gonna go in without any primer. This is such a beautiful, sparkly silver shade, and I can already tell I'm gonna have the best time trying to get all these sparkles off my eyes. But it looks like it has a clear base, so I don't see any like base shade, but a ton of silver and gray sparkles. I'm going to use the Sigma switch in between shades to clean off my brush. We'll see if it works. The next shade is Emma, and this one is a gold shade. Looks very similar to Minka, but it's just the gold tone version of the shadow. It's very pretty as well. These are so sparkly. They just like remind me of like New Year's. Let me try my finger. Yeah, oh, okay. I should be applying these with my finger. Look at that. Oh, okay, let me put Minka on with my finger too because, okay. Holy smokes. That just took both of those shades up like 300 notches. What do you guys think so far? Looks pretty promising. Okay, let's get to the next 2 shades. Okay, so I tried my best to get Minka off my lid and I ended up smearing it all on my lower lash line. So if it looks like I have glittery under eyes, I do. I do have glittery under eyes, but that's okay. Okay, next I'm gonna go into the shade Ava. I'm just gonna use my finger, honestly, because I feel like why even bother with a brush? Holy smokes, this is like the prettiest gunmetal eyeshadow I've ever seen. Oh boy, this is freaking stunning. This is a New Year's Eve palette. Like, I literally don't know what else to say to you. It's just giving me like disco ball vibes. So beautiful. It literally looks like liquid metal on my eyes. Okay, the next shade is called Layla. I'm gonna use my finger again. This one also looks like it's a more like antique gold shade. I'm just pressing it on with my finger. Oh, these are so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm trying to move my eyes as much as possible so you guys can see all of the sparkles, so hopefully that is helpful. Now let's get to the next two shades. Okay, more glitter in the under eyes. Next shade is called Maya. This one looks like a silvery lilac shadow, so I'm just gonna tap it on. This isn't glitter, but it's just like the most beautiful liquid, like metal texture. It's so stunning. I don't know how to describe it other than it's just like a very sparkly, liquidy, metally shadow. I'll see if I can find on Adept's website how this is described, but oh my gosh, it's so stunning. Okay, the next shade is called Luna, and this one is like a beautiful blue, like a silvery blue color, and it doesn't feel the same as the other shadows. This formula feels a little bit more like a Super Shock, but I'm so sorry you guys, there is a lot of glitter over here from the previous shadow, but as you can see, this is a blue with like a black base, so it's pulling a lot smokier than the previous shades. The previous shades all felt like some kind of sparkle suspended in a clear base, but this one has a different formula. It looks like a duochrome. It's got lots of blue and purple sparkles in it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these two shadows. We have 4 more to go. Okay, you guys, this eyelid is getting angry with me. Do you see it's a little bit red? Maybe I should have rethought that primer plan, but I only have 4 more shades to go, so let's just suck it up and go for it. So the next shade is called Nora, and this is definitely a more like antique gold, glittery, gorgeous shade. And this one doesn't feel as sparkle, like those bigger sparkly pieces, as the first 4 or 5 shades I swatched, so that's giving me some relief. But this is the shade Nora, and it's a very, very pretty, beautiful, like green gold type shade. I'm trying to give this eyelid some rest because it's angry with me. Oh my gosh. If anybody's planning on eye swatching this palette, don't eye swatch it. Okay, the next shade is called Cora. So you got Nora and Cora. Oh, this is pretty. So this is very similar to Nora's formula, but it's a more intense green. It's still like an olive, but it has definitely more green to it than Nora does. It has less gold and more green. So this is what the 2 shadows in this palette look like. What do you guys think? Do you have any favorites so far? I'm gonna take these off and I'll be right back to swatch the last 2 shades. Okay guys, so it's time to swatch the last 2 shades. So the first one is called Linda, and this one looks like a multi-chrome, and it's much softer than the first few shades, and it doesn't feel like there's any big pieces of glitter in it. So you guys can see, I'm so sorry about how bad I was at taking these off, but it's like one of those formulas where, see, I'm using like a wipe, but if I go like this and I go back, it like swipes back. So I definitely feel like there's a learning curve, but This is Linda, and it's a really pretty shade. It's reflecting purple, green, gold. Super, super pretty. And then on this side, I'm going to do the last shade, which is called Selena. And this one has a much darker, more prominent purple flip to it. They look very similar next to each other in the pan, but as you can see on my eyes, they're quite a bit different. Okay, so hopefully you were able to get a good look at all of the special shades in the palette. Now I'm going to take these off, and then we're going to do a quick eye look, and we'll talk about this palette a little more. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I fixed up my under eyes. I prepped my eyelids with my NYX base. So now let's go ahead and get into an eye look. I feel like I'm going to be my predictable little self and start off with the shade Maria, which is a matte dark purple here in the palette. There's only 2 matte eyeshadows, so I'm going to start off with the darker shade just to see what it's like and how well it builds up. So yeah, I'm just going to blend that into the outer corner and then slowly bring it to kind of the middle of the crease. Okay, so that is the shade Maria on the outer corner. Now I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to go into the shade Toya, which is a cool tone, like lighter purple shade. And I'm just going to apply that over my NYX base and just blend it into the darker purple. Oh, those mattes are blending so nicely together. They're playing so well together. So cute. Okay, time for the metallic shadows. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I think I should try Maya and Luna on the lids, because Maya is like the silvery lilac shade, and this is the one that's like the duochrome shade that has like the black base, and I think that'll pair so nicely with the shadows. I think I'm gonna have to use my finger. I don't know. What do you guys think? It just seems like it'll apply easier. I'm usually a brush gal, but okay, let's try Maya on this side. I know that's gonna be like intense. Holy smokes. I have never played with such intense metallics in my life. I don't have sensitive eyes, you guys, and I'm not trying to complain about how these were kind of sticking to my lid, but I just want to provide a fair warning. If you do have sensitive eyes, I would maybe take a peek at the ingredients, only because I've not experienced many formulas like this, especially those first 5 shades. They're very metallic and they feel like there's a glitter in them. I've seen this formula before, just in that new Sigma palette that I used. They had a shade in there that it wasn't a glitter, but it definitely had like a very heavy, like glittery feeling. So I just want to warn people just in case, so that they are aware. Otherwise I wouldn't feel like I was doing my job properly. But the eye looks are so fun. I love how that gave it like a blue hue. I could put on more, but I kind of just want to leave it like this because I do feel like they're so beautiful. So I'm going to do the lower lash off camera and I will be right back to show you guys the finished looks. Okay friends, so here are the 2 finished looks. So what do you guys think? I was trying to decide which one I liked better, and honestly I like them both. I will say I do think this one is extra glam, but that's just personal preference. I did end up using the shade Selena, which is one of the multi-chromes, in the inner corner on both of these looks, and overall I think it's really cool. Now on the rest of my face I use the Huda Stick foundation, I use the Sigma Powder Blend Bunny Lip in Tease, and I also have on the NARS concealer. I've been trying to use this one and I've been trying to use it up, so this project was the perfect one to try and make a dent in that concealer, because I had to wear concealer twice after I was done taking these eyeshadows off my eyes. But yeah, overall I think it's a very cool palette. Like I said, if you aren't a YouTuber, I would not advise doing eye swatches of this palette, because it is a lot of work to take the metallic shades off. But I think that's just because I tried to swatch them all. I don't think it's going to be a problem if you guys are just putting one shadow on your lid. The face palettes, if you guys are interested in these, I do use them in tomorrow's video as well. I wasn't planning on filming this video, but my daughter went down for a nap and I took it as a sign from the heavens that I needed to film this video. So I'm going to run upstairs and try and get it edited and posted for you guys so that you can be ready for this palette launch. Like I mentioned, this palette is launching Saturday, the 22nd of October at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and it'll retail for $57 before you apply a code and shipping is added. So that is everything for this video with the new Adept Minka palette. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Are you planning on picking this up, or are you planning on passing on it? You guys know I love to chat to you in the comment section, and I will see you in a new video tomorrow. Bye guys!